All right, let's dive right in. We're about to explore an idea so powerful, it might just completely rewire how you think about your money, your job, your entire life. Get ready for this one. Money is just tokenized time.
So, let's just start with a huge question. What if everything our society has taught us about money is just plain wrong?
We're told money is wealth, but what if that's not it? What if that's just the box and not the treasure inside?
Okay, then what about power? Sure, money can buy you influence, no doubt. But what if that's just a side effect, a consequence of what it really is, not its actual identity?
And this is the one that gets almost all of us. Security. We literally trade the best years of our lives, our energy, our time, for this feeling. But what if money isn't the real source of security at all? So if it's not any of those things, what is it? It's human time. Tokenized. That's it. That's the big secret. Every single dollar, every pound, every yen, it's just a receipt for a moment of someone's life that has already been spent. It's a tiny, crystallized piece of our finite human energy. And look, once you really get that, really grasp it, it flips your entire world upside down. This is the key to seeing your own life in a totally new light. So if this is already clicking for you, if you feel that little aha moment, do us a favor and hit subscribe to Project Human. Let's go on this journey together. So let's unpack that. What does it actually mean to live your life knowing that every single dollar is just a stand-in for a moment of someone's life? So here's our new working definition. Money is just this brilliant and, sometimes really dangerous invention that lets us trade time. It's a technology that lets you trade an hour of your coding today for a coffee made by a barista a week from now. It's basically a time trading machine.
And this totally reframes the two things we do every day. Earning isn't just getting a paycheck, it's this wild process of turning your literal finite lifespan into these little tokens. And spending, that's you cashing in those tokens to command a moment of someone else's life. Wild, right? Now this leads us to this really powerful equation that is secretly running our entire modern world, the game of time arbitrage.
It's this simple, constant three-step loop. Your time becomes money, that money then buys other people's time. But here's the magic step, the real game changer. When you invest that money correctly, it becomes a machine that creates future time for you. So every choice you make is basically a trade in time, your present for your future or your time for someone else's. And this right here shows you exactly why some things feel so freeing and others feel like you're in a cage. Time expanders, things like passive income or building a system that works for you, they literally create more free time in your future. They set you free. But time shrinkers, things like debt or constant overwork, they are a claim on your future. They've already spent time you haven't even lived yet. They lock you up. So obviously, this beautiful system of tokenized time has a really dark side. It's a deep psychological pitfall that we call the token trap. And this is the trap it's so easy to fall into. The tokens, the dollars, the numbers on the screen, they're real, they're easy to count. So we start chasing the high score and we completely forget what the points actually represent, our one, finite, unrecoverable life. So I want you to just pause for a second and ask yourself these two very honest questions. Look at your own goals and ask, why am I trying to store this much time? And maybe even more important, what am I actually saving all this time for? And if the answer is kind of vague, like just in case or for retirement, you might be in the trap. Because this quote right here, this is the tragic ending to that story. You can end up with more time tokens than anybody. You can have the highest score in the whole world. But if you traded every real, lived moment of your life to get them, you didn't win. You lost the only game that ever really mattered. Now, let's zoom out for a second. This idea isn't just a tool for you to think about your own life. It forces us to look at our entire society through a completely new and honestly pretty stark moral lens. When you see money as time, suddenly economic problems become moral problems. Underpaid labor isn't just a low number, it is quite literally stolen time. Generational wealth isn't just money. It's a massive transfer of stored time from one person to another, giving them a huge head start. And poverty. Poverty becomes this crushing, perpetual time debt, where you're always working just to pay back time you don't even have yet. But here's the final and maybe most crucial twist for today. Even if you have this incredibly powerful model, you can still use it to drive your life straight off a cliff if the operating system in your mind is buggy. So an axiom is just a core belief, something you accept as true without even thinking about it. And this whole money is time framework, it's only as good as the axioms that you're running on. The tool is neutral. It's your core beliefs that decide whether you build a life of freedom or a prison. For instance, if you have an axiom that says busyness equals productivity, you'll just spend your time running around like a headless chicken, achieving nothing. If your axiom is hustle equals success, you will burn out trading massive amounts of your life for smaller and smaller rewards. These bad axioms, these broken bits of code, can make us mismanage our time, our lives, for decades.
Which brings us to the biggest question of all, the one we're going to tackle next time. How does this hidden code of false assumptions cause smart people to waste decades of their lives? If you want to crack that code with us, make sure you're subscribed to Project Human and share this with somebody who you think is ready to rethink everything. We'll see you in the next one.